Okay, so this is Pre-Algebra 2.6, and this is an easy lesson on metric units. Okay, all kinds of weird sounds and my cat breathing. So the metric system is a decimal system of measurement that you can use for length, for mass, for capacity. So on the sizes, a dime thickness is equal to 1 milliliter. So if you have to think about how many milliliters, you just think of the dime, how thick the dime is. The width of a paper clip is 2 centimeters, and the height of a chair is 1 meter, or what we would probably, closer to 3 yards, but we're going to use the meters as our measurement. So one way to remember metric units is this little thing here. We have K for king, H for Henry, D for died, Monday, drinking chocolate milk. King Henry died Monday, drinking chocolate milk. So if you can remember that phrase, King Henry died Monday, drinking chocolate milk, you can see the order of weights and things. So King Henry represents kilograms or kilometers. Henry represents hecta. D for in died, it represents deca. Monday, the M in Monday represents a meter. Drinking, D represents dec. And chocolate, C is centimeters, and M in milk is milliliters. So this chart shows you the equals of what something from on one side and what it equals out. 1 inch, and then it shows the millimeters and centimeters and what that equals in feet. 1 foot shows what it would be in millimeters, centimeters. 1 foot obviously is 12 inches. 1 yard is equal to 36 inches or 3 feet, or a certain number of meters there. 1 meter. 1 meter, we have inches, we have what it equals in feet, and yards. Kilometer, yards, meters, miles. 1 mile, 5,280 feet. The yards in 16 kilometers is equals to 1 mile. 1 nautical mile, which is different, we would use the measurement of meters, kilometers, and miles. Okay, so how can you change from one metric unit to another? And like our number system, the metric system is based on 10, and every metric unit is 10 times as much as the next smaller one. So we have, in the middle here, we have the 1 meter. A decameter is 10 meters. Hectometer, there's 100 of them, equals 10 decameters and equals 1 meter. Kilometer equals 1,000 meters. If you go the other way, you have 1 meter, 0.1 meters is a decimeter, 0.01 equals to 1 centimeter, and 0.001 is equal to 1 milliliter, and that matches the king. So if you remember the little phrase, King Henry died Monday drinking chocolate milk. So I added the little memory tool. We have King Henry, which is the kilometers. Sorry. Okay, Henry is the hectometers here. Died is the decameter. Monday is the meter sound, and that's real important. Not the meter sound. My phone dinged. Is 1 meter, which is the center, the main one, the center of all these. The decimeter is drinking, stands for King Henry died Monday drinking chocolate. That's a centimeter. Milk for milliliter. So if you can remember that'll show you the order. The meter is in the middle. The decameter is next over. The hectometer is the next over. Kilometer is the next over. Those go bigger from meter to decimeter, meter to centimeter, meter to millimeter. Those get smaller. So the Monday represents the meter. It's in the middle. The drinking chocolate milk is the smaller ones with the decimal, and the ones King Henry died are the bigger ones that go the other way. We can see here what 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters, 1 meter equals 100 centimeters, 1 centimeter equals 10 milliliters. And over here on our measurements, we have a mile represents 1,060 yards, 1 mile equals 520 feet, 1 yard equals 3 feet, 1 foot equals 12 inches. So you should know all of these already, and maybe not all of the ones on this side, but you should be memorizing those. So we measure capacity. That's liquid. Substances are measured in units of capacity. So the basic unit of mass in the metric system is the liter, which is right here. And 1 liter equals the capacity of a cube that measures 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters. And it'll show you that on this side we have kiloliters, hectoliters, deciliters. The liter is the middle, so it's equal to, this would be, we would be talking meters if we were measuring by distance, but in this case we have a liter. You know, a can of pop is like 2 liters. So we have King Henry died, and here we would have drinking chocolate milk. So we have an L instead of an M. So King Henry died. I don't know, I can't think of an L word off the top of my head, but that changes only on that one. So just like before, with liter as the main, the middle measurement, kiloliter equals 1,000 liters, hectoliter equals 100 liters, deciliters is 10, a liter, deciliter is 0.10, centiliter is 0.01, milliliter is 0.001. So we have another chart here explain. We have kilo, which we called King. King Henry, there's the hecto. D died, there's the deca. The base unit is right here, and it could be meters, a liter, or grams. So all of these on this side are large, and all the ones on this side are smaller. And the one in the middle is the medium, or the main one. So if you were measuring, an elephant, an ant, if you were flying, you could figure out, you could measure them all with the metric system, just like we can with our system. So in measurements of mass, using the metric system, we have a grain of sugar is going to be a milligram. So we're going to be working with grams up here, milligram. That's 1 milligram. A small paper clip is 1 gram. Remember, the gram is the middle one. And the textbook is 1 kilogram. For measuring liquid, 1 milliliter would be about the size of the eyedropper. 1 liter is going to be a large water bottle. You know what 2 liters is, because that's what pop comes in. And 1 kiloliter is going to be 8 large trash cans. So again, this one is big, this one's small, and this one is the medium one. Just put them on the different sides this time. So how would you measure? How do you know which measurements to use for what? Meters. In meters, I could measure the length of a tennis racket. Or I can measure how tall a building is, the height. Can't spell height. If I wanted to measure coffee cup or juice box or milk carton, or I don't know, something that's liquid form, I would use milliliters. if I wanted to measure something big, what's the mass of a TV or bike, I would use kilograms. If I was measuring something small, regular sized, a sock or the mass of either a sock or like a golf ball, I would just use grams. That would be so many grams. So some other things, if I was measuring a river, I would use kilometers. The mass of a teeny staple is going to be milligrams. The width of a belt would be in centimeters. Orange soda, a 2-liter, that one. So a doormat or a placemat, we would measure in meters. A toothpick would be in milligrams, because we'd be looking at, if it was asked, the mass of a toothpick. The amount of water in a bird bath or like a bucket, we're after capacity here. That would be in liters. So a cell phone and a light bulb would be measured in grams. And the cell phone is going to weigh more grams than the bulb is going to weigh. A skateboard, a snowboard, a hoverboard, we would measure in centimeters. And a sticker or stamp you would weigh in milligrams. A bunch of bananas you'd weigh in grams. One banana might weigh 150 grams. In your textbook on page 80, it shows you what I already told you about how to measure length, which is millimeter, centimeter, meter. On page 81, it talks about how you can estimate mass with a milligram, a gram, or kilogram, and it showed the pictures of what each of those would weigh, which I showed you earlier. And on page 82, what you would use to measure the capacity of a liquid amount. And that was a milliliter, liter, and kiloliter. Okay, and on pages 83 through 84 is your assignment. This is due today. It's not very hard, even though it looks like a lot of problems. 1 through 8, 9 through 23, 24 through 30, and 35 through 40. Again, it's due today.